An Audible production. You say all that to say.
I say all that to say, Bam Fun is one and done.
For now, until the end of time. I love that this is the Pride episode, and the first half of it, 20 minutes of it has been talking. Well, not 20. 15 minutes of it has been talking about bum-related travesties.
Really, really bad.
Yeah.
Professional podcast.
PP. So
PPI, Professional Podcasting Institution.
PPI. Claim your PPI today.
Claim your sexuality, Ellie.
Well, this is the thing. So I would say, am I queer adjacent? Am I queer?
I think you were just...
Because if I am saying that, right, as of right now, I only think I'm attracted to men, does that really make me queer? I suppose it's whether or not you think being asexual and how othering that is, because it is really difficult.
Glasgow truly is big gay summer.
Yeah, you'd know better than me, the specific date of the Prides.
I know there's like... I think Pride in Glasgow is July. But then there's Mardi Gras in August. And then there's also...
Mardi Gras?
Mardi Gras.
I love that. That's sweet.
Yeah. But... got any Coke? I need a jump start.
I mean, I know I've got my tiny... Thank you. Beautiful stuff. My tiny Coke mug. But I've got nothing to scoop. Nothing to scoop up, unfortunately.
I think you got to scope up is that terrible attitude of yours.
Off the floor.
Off the floor. Doesn't know what pride does.
I'm very prideful right now.
Doesn't know if she's
I'm also
coming or...
half blind.
Doesn't know if she's coming or going.
I'm definitely not coming. But we'll get into that. Anyway.
So, episode 3 or 4, depending on how...
3.5.
3.5.
Do 3.5.
9 3/4.
Testing the water. The waters were tested. They're full of blood and semen.
Oh.
We keep doing the cum jokes. It's actually like...
Very distasteful.
Are we puerile? Are we wee little boys?
We little boys that can't keep crop tops on, that shouldn't be wearing crop tops.
It's quite the crop top, but
and I cropped it myself.
It's delightful. I can see where you've wore it for the Pride episode.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually colourblind, but I'm just inferring.
Like, I only see one colour in that flag.
And which one is it?
Black.
I thought you were going to say red for rage.
Yeah. Gay velvet rage. Let's talk about it.
Gay velvet. We've already talked about it.
We've already talked about it.
How did you want to... what did you want the trajectory of the Pride episode to go like?
Well, I mean, we should start by talking about the inspiration for the, episode, which is that between the two of us, we have
quite the pair.
Quite the sexless pair.
Sexless pair.
Sexless pair.
For two different reasons.
Two very different reasons. Yours being...
I thought you called me a lesbian in the strangest of ways there. It's like I've never heard that pronunciation before.
Yours being...
Comedian.
Yes, lesbian.
Lesbian comedians.
Oh, dear. Yours being...
You just look so much like a lesbian right now with those glasses on
and
that tank top.
That is sad. I mean, it's... No... Yeah, I don't look like... I look like a lesbian.
I think if you took the glasses off, it would all be fixed. It's Euan.
Fantastic.
No, keep them on. It's Pride. Are you homophobic or something?
Yes. Absolutely, I am.
So, I mean, I'm bouncing around there. I'm beating around the bush.
Mm-hmm.
With materi.
Like materi.
So, yes, no, for me, I am a wee freak.
A wee sexless freak.
A wee sexless freak. Because...
Asexual?
Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Jury's out.
Right.
And by jury, I mean me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the lead juror.
Well, not out of the closet.
No, but then I don't know if there's a closet for me to jump out of.
The jury's out, but she's still in the closet.
I'm hiding in the closet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm what do they call it when they're all talking to each other? Adjudicating? Is that the word?
I don't know.
Deciding? Deliberating.
Deliberating.
There's a party of one deliberating in the closet whether or not they need to come out or not, or if the closet is real, or if I'm in a closet, if I'm just in a sensory deprivation chamber, or if I've just taken too much acid, and all of those are me.
During deliberation, the judges decided that your non-binary experience was a little too one-sided.
Was that the RuPaul impression with the...
I don't know. I think so. And it wasn't even that funny.
Winner, chicken dinner. Oh, no. It's not original. Yeah, I just, I don't want it.
She doesn't want
Don't
it.
want the sex.
But
then
inherently is queer because like you kind of, you know, it's like I'm not like, there's all the letters: lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans.
intersex.
Really did not like the pause before trans there. Really didn't
no
like
one
that.
no one was gonna draw attention to it except you. So
Fantastic.
really, you've just self-seppuku,
Self-winded.
self-reported,
Intersex, queer, intersex,
asexual.
asexual, or ally. So you know you're in there somewhere.
Yeah, because I think I think I'm attracted to men only, but I don't know because I find that very difficult because if you take away the sexual attraction to somebody, a lot of the time I find myself going, that's a really handsome man, but I'll also say that's a really beautiful woman. And a lot of the time I'm basically just going, I think they're dressed really well. And I'm like, it's very hard to distinguish whether or not I just admire them for their aesthetic and their style and how beautiful they are versus would I actually sleep with them, because I don't have that drive at all. But what I'm wondering is am I actually asexual, which would be, you know, the current working theory, or is it some kind of spectrum between asexual and demisexual? Because I'm not aromantic. I live for the romance. In fact, it's the only thing that gets me going. So I'm just wondering whether or not I have not met that one specific person that like instantly ticks all of the boxes because they treat me a certain way, or if I'm living in a delusional reality and looking for this perfect person when in reality they just don't exist. And that's the reality of the situation. I said reality 4 times there in the space of 30 seconds. Professional podcasting to navigate this world feeling that way, because everything is labelled and set up and pointing you in the direction of this is how a functioning relationship works.
Well,
So I felt shameful and wrong and like I don't fit in and there's something wrong with me for a long time, which if you take away all of the labels, is that not exactly the same statement that a queer person would make?
yeah,
Yeah.
pride. Ergo,
Pride. I've just answered my own question.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous. So maybe there is Mr. Right out there
Mm-hmm.
that girdles me lines for the first time. Girdles. Not gurgles. That's a different thing. You need a Rennie's for that. No, it's not the ASMR podcast.
Sound effects.
Between that and the burping, they're really getting a whole load of you, aren't they?
Absolutely.
So that was actually, I think, a fairly articulate summary of my situation.
That was really good.
Yeah, it was. Now, from one sexless freak
To a
To another.
self-hating homo.
to the self-hating Homo.
Self-hating homo,
Homo.
sexless freak.
Homo, as my mum
Mhm.
would say. It's
Uh-huh.
the whole accent.
Correct.
Yeah. So, yeah, hit me with a bit of that. Dive
Maybe-
into that.
Yeah, the last time I had sex was like a year and a half ago.
You do better than me.
But the difference is I actually think I might want it. It's just my body thinks I don't.
What do you mean by body thinks I don't?
I don't think I do. It's because it's churning in on me a little bit. I think I've been out of a romantic relationship for so long that if the only culture I can engage in is like either hookups or casual stuff, like you kind of have to want, you know, your head and your body to work together well enough to think you're valuable enough for that to play out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe like 2 years ago that would have been like top tier. I think recently, you know, just like different body stuff has happened that I'm just like not feeling very good about.
So you've got self-esteem issues that are kind of getting in the way with you feeling sexy enough to feel desired.
Correct.
And in that, you are then not seeking that attention because you wouldn't know what to do with it if you got it, because you would
Mhm.
feel very uncomfortable in your own skin.
Self-loathing homo.
Self-loving Homo.
Mm-hmm.
Very succinct again,
Yeah.
you know? But how do we push through these issues?
I think by just not caring.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
I mean, I get it a little bit. Like, I can't imagine being in a situation where, well, we all want spontaneity, right? But then if put in a situation where out of nowhere, say I was on a night out and like a sexual situation arose and I wasn't prepared for it, because I'm never prepared for it because I don't want that, right? Like, there would be a lot of the thoughts in my mind of like, oh shit, I haven't shaved my legs, I haven't shaved my fanny, I haven't done this, I haven't done that. There's so many reasons why I've got spots on my arse, you know.
But I don't need to talk about stuff to do with the arse, because one of the biggest reasons is I
With the
had like a
self-report.
massive bumhole cyst this time last year.
What's the official word for it?
Pilonidal sinus.
Pilonidal sinus.
It is the worst
Now put your mouth and your cock around that one.
pain I've ever had in my life, and it is
Are we gonna give
the one of the
people-
most common. I think it's like when I got it diagnosed at 18, they were like, "Oh, that's really common in men between the age." Well, I mean, mostly like
So you've had this for a long time. It just burst recently.
burst onto the scene, burst onto the guy scene.
Best newcomer.
They said poppers. I wasn't talking about my asshole.
Oh.
But
Food
it's
warning, trigger warning for those eating.
visual content not included for this one.
Yeah. To audio listeners, Ewan's about to bend over and show you the remnants of his.
It makes noise too. Big at the microphone.
Oh no!
Oh no.
It's like one of those kids' books where you turn it and it's like different sensory experiences on each one.
Correct.
Correctamundo.
Correctamungo. Enough.
So, yeah, I didn't know you'd had it that long.
Yeah, so like 18. Basically, for those of you that don't know what it is
And again,
basically
stop eating now.
basically you can develop a sinus in most places of your body, like any sinus tract. Like when you're congested, it's like the spaces in between, like
I'm learning. So
knee.
this is just a space that should not have been there.
yes, correct. But I mean, obviously we need sinuses to breathe and all that other good stuff. But I mean, I don't need to be breathing
Out your asshole.
out my ass. How I do that enough with my mouth.
Is it close enough to the hole that you would consider it like a hemorrhoid vibe?
Yeah, for sure. Which I've also had.
Slay.
Yeah, like 2022 trip to Turkey, and it was the food that time. And the thing is, I went to the doctors and said, I've got a prolapse. It wasn't a prolapse. It was just basically a spot in my bum hole that the only way I was ever going to get a doctor's appointment was to say my arsehole's falling out.
Are you sure you want to be giving all of these details out on the sordid internet?
I am bearing it all so that
Spreading the
someone else
cheeks.
understands how, like, I'm not being funny.
You're being very relatable.
In the spirit of Pride Month, this is an area I'd like to use. And the universe is sealing it up.
Well, it's not sealing. It's providing obstacles. You know,
Nice
hurdles.
shit, Stephanie.
Serious obstacles to one feeling sexy about oneself.
No wonder I drink.
No wonder I drink.
But no, like, so basically,
My liver's in tatters.
I got antibiotics for the first time around, and it dried up, and it was hunky dory for about 10 years. And then
10 years?
And then I did what most millennials do when they have any downtime from work, is you go to a lodge cabin. And within that lodge cabin, there was a very moist, hot, delicious hot tub.
And let this be a lesson to you, boys and girls. And thems.
I don't like the fact that there was a pause between there either. Between the between the trans and the non-binaries, we're really not succeeding for them. Not pride. Not
It was, you know what
pride.
it was? It's because I remember, I knew in the back of my mind that there's like two different rhyming ways of saying that. Like, and I couldn't remember either of them. And I just incriminated myself with that suspicious pause.
Suspicious pause. Then it's a good name for
I'm
like
still trying
a
to think
dog
of them.
detective agency.
Suspicious pause.
We can go on forever with suspicious pause.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was that Cher doing Elvis as a dog?
No, I think it was Edna Turnblad doing
Cher
yeah,
doing Elvis.
doing a terrible job as a nasty horrible wee girl. I say all that to say, basically
Some yummy
after
yummy
the trip to the lodge cabin,
with the yummy bacteria in the yummy hot tub.
it blew up to the size of a golf ball.
Really?
Really,
That
like,
big?
this big.
Christ.
And yeah, couldn't move, couldn't walk. My mum and dad were like, "Why aren't you going to work?" I'm like, "Do you know what it's like to have an object this large, full of your own blood vessels, pulsing against your ass cheeks? It's sore.
So you couldn't sit down, so it was actually easier to be on the
sit down,
cash
couldn't
desk.
stand up, couldn't do any aerobics.
I think you did a very good job of hiding it.
Well, I mean,
It
I
was-
don't think I saw you much because I went out and then I didn't go to work for 4 days.
But even before, was it hurting for a long time before
Well,
then?
it's always kind of painful. So basically, it in flames, and then if you're really lucky, you know, the multiple. Because basically,
I don't know why I'm nodding in such a placating
I
way.
don't feel like this is
Yeah.
this is just like more intricate information than anyone needs to hear. But it's like,
I think we're way past that.
I know there's basically sometimes 3 holes develop. So obviously, in the true spirit of a sinus, you have a cavity and a hole which expels the liquids
From said cavity.
from said cavity. So potentially, I could be getting the science wrong, but there's at least 2 holes. So there's one at the top, which like, you know, is porous. And then there's another one that's kind of linked back to it that drains from basically the inside of another part of my lower back. And then, so if it inflames, typically what you want to happen is that over a period of time, it drains. And then it's not painful for a few weeks before it, you know, fills back up again. But this time, you know, the sewage was not in the works. There was no drainage. You needed to get a manual plumber in there. And even at that,
Building contractor.
building contractor just gets a bit much maintenance as the Zara lift. Or the aircon. There's just no relief.
No relief whatsoever. Okay, so can you describe the moment of doom?
Of bursting.
When the bubble burst?
Well, I mean, I called in sick. There was 2 emergency doctor's appointments, and the doctors just said, I mean, this is just typical of our NHS. I went 10 years ago. There was no record of this visit. And then when I went back to talk about it, they were just like, oh, well, we'll just see how it goes for the next.
Did you have to do the really embarrassing spread the arse cheeks to the doctor?
Of course.
How was that?
Really good. You know, it's
Did
always
you feel
nice when
seen?
someone gets to see it. Like,
Did you feel seen?
I felt heard. I felt seen. I felt, you know, fuck off. It's too much. It's too far.
It's too far.
But basically, when I went to the doctor, he was like, "Oh, we'll give you like, so we'll see what happens over the next 4 days." I don't even know if I must have been given antibiotics to help with the swelling and the overall, you know, drying it upness. Nightmare. And then basically the next day, it like burst at 3 a.m.
Oh, Christ.
But then it took 4 hours.
Did it wake you up?
No, it didn't make a noise.
No,
But
but like, did you feel?
no, like
the
basically, I think what happened was it developed like a skin tag, which I was able to pull, and then it just immediately started oozing. Can I tell you that it
it raveled like a
smelled
ball of yarn?
like a factory of dogs set on fire?
God, that's so evocative.
Like when I talk about being,
Oh.
when I talk about being like a rum chocolate sea fly, I mean I will. It means I will rise, and if I fall, I'm not getting back up again.
I don't think I'm following, but I'm also kind of glad that I'm not.
Smelling like shut.
Well, I got that bit.
Just pus and blood and shut.
All of the liquids. Shame.
Gorgeous.
Did you throw the sheets out?
No, I was in the bathroom, so I just stood in the bath for 4 hours. 4 hours.
That's a real depression shower, that, isn't it?
And after that, do you really want anyone going near your bum ever again?
So, yeah, obviously in the context of that nightmare that you've lived through, and you are a survivor,
Yes.
you know, and if you'd like to done it,
My sort coded account number is Bank of Scotland sponsoring. We say all that to say, it's never too late to invest in your finances, especially if you're looking to get pilonidal sinus surgery on the NHS. You can laser it out, you can flush it out, but more importantly, I'm taking over.
then, what do you have a game plan of getting yourself back out there?
I think you're going to leave, and I'm going to have no option but to...
Pushed to the brink.
Because I feel like when anyone's best friend leaves them,
Best friend reveal.
best friend girl, like, I mean, it just forces you to become a whole different person. I already feel like a chapter is closing and another door is opening, because I feel like it's really interesting that it's been a year since, I mean, not to get over dramatic about it, but I just feel like there's...
Well, you are.
Well,
so.
I am. It's for the content.
For the content.
Content alarm warning.
Content alarm. We really should have put that on way earlier.
So much earlier. But I think it's
Been a year.
it's interesting that even like after I had like a week off last week, and it was a really good week off, and it's just kind of spurred me on to do all sorts of different things, like auditioning for movies and, you know, doing photography jobs, doing projects like this, you know, just like doing stuff that, you know, like a year ago I'd be like, oh, it's too cringe, I'm not going to do it. But I'm just like, fuck it.
I do love that when you have time off, it's such a delicate balance between time that you then spend well because you're motivated and you feel good, and like one thing leads to another and everything's working out. But just as easily, I think, or maybe this is just the mental health girlies talking, it can like go the other way and you do absolutely fuck all and you hate yourself and you spiral, you know? And I've still not managed to find the sweet spot between catalyzing myself or pushing myself down the good fork, not the bad fork. You know?
What? You literally just spent 2 weeks off this year renovating a house.
Yes, but that was out of gun to the head, right?
Necessity.
And I'm very good when there's a deadline. If I've got 4 days off in a row and I hadn't have anything specific to do, you best believe I'm rotting.
Yeah.
You best like if you count up all the days that I've actually rotted in the bedroom, you know, which is not the ideal thing to be doing in such a place.
But also,
Oh, you fucking idiot. God, you just can't get the staff these days.
I just can't get the staff. And are these loud enough? I feel like they're breaking down into pieces.
Why
yeah.
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah,
we're fine. We're
There's just
fine.
enough diction, you're going to move them close. And to be fair, we're compensating constantly for not particularly being used to holding microphones, because whenever we're like holding it away,
Can
trying
you
to get
fucking sit down, please?
good sound quality. I'm sorry, what was that? Is that a terrible way
I'm
to
going to have
speak?
to go in confessional later.
That's a terrible way to speak to your senior manager.
Who is she? Where did you find her?
You found me up Shit's Creek. Isn't it funny how we
Under a
didn't start
bridge.
speaking properly till about 6 months ago? We've known each other. We've known each
Was it
other
6
for 3 years. Is it 3 years?
But that's the way of things. Ultimately.
Ultimately, but like I remember, like 2 years ago, us having really interesting conversations about life and romance and loads of stuff, like in the stockroom.
Yes, I do recall.
And what do you think really like was stopping us from getting to know each other better at that time?
I think ultimately nothing particular. It's nothing personal, babes. It's nothing personal. I think ultimately it's just the fact that like you don't know until, you know, until that magic moment happens that you're. Why can't I speak? Jeez Louise, I've burnt myself out with part 1. What I'm trying to say, I say all that to say.
She says all that to say.
Waffle.
She says it.
There's no particular reason. I think just that we never got to really be in the same room together for a lot of time. And I think that was also the case like recently, but you had to have that catalyst moment where, you know, it like sparks something. And for us, it was Miss Jamie Lee Billy McGurk, I think, really, given like, I mean, because we were already going out and everything, but me like reaching out to you and being like, is this weird? You know, that was the thing.
Did you think I was too cool for you?
No.
That's really cool to hear. Thank you. That's a lot of people's excuses for me not being their friend.
No, I just think the golden universal timing explosion of it all hadn't happened yet. I don't think it's any deeper than that, to be honest.
Nice.
That was all a lie. I was avoiding you for years.
Sorry, are you talking about your anxious avoidant disorder?
Oh, not the fucking
Attachment issues.
Oh God. See, you're the expert on this shit.
Am I?
Well, you bring it up all the time.
I do, but it's just because like I'm forced to recognize it due to my terrible dating life.
Is this segueing into the topic?
It absolutely is.
It all
segue
starts
into the topic.
it
We're gonna
starts
get positive before we get
starts
we're gonna get
at home.
positive before we get negative. So
You want to do a positivity sandwich?
positivity sandwich.
What would your first positive be?
I think I love dating.
And your negative?
It would be I'm terrible at dating.
And a positive.
the guys that I meet are all really nice and really fun and cool people. I think the downfall is that there's sort of
Are we add an extra layer to this sandwich? Is it a club?
God,
Is it a club sandwich?
It's a BLT. Oh no, she
It's B-O-She.
better fucking do. Bitter.
Bitter. Well, none of the letters you just said were actually the same as BLT, so.
Bitter.
Bitty, mummy.
Bitter.
Are you drinking a B&T? That I coined that, thank you. You're not taking it off me. Bitter and Twisted was mine. On the rocks.
With a twist.
With a twist.
Yeah, so no, like to stay on topic. Yeah, like I mean, trying to think, the thing is, like, when it comes to dating, for me, it's like the date can feel like it's going really, really well, and they ghost me the next day, or the date goes very mid and they can't get enough of me. But then is that just my narcissistic tendencies at play?
I think if you don't get out of it what you wanted to get out of it, it's then so easy to then start spiraling to overanalyze everything, you know, and look back at everything and think this didn't work, that didn't work, why, you know, like we have friends like Rudy, for example, like Teflon confidence when it comes to rejection and stuff,
Right?
And that is hard earned, you know.
Like, what happened there in the childhood that, like, makes him so fucking impenetrable to... and the thing is, I don't know if it's just, like, what we talk about all the time, where it's, like, compartmentalized self-consciousness, whereas is that, you know, you can be so self-conscious about one thing, wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
But have all this other confidence in something else because the stakes are lower for him in that department. So for me, or us, I should say, I say all that to say, our confidence levels are placed within, you know, sort of performative elements. And we know how to be the center of attention.
Theatre children.
We know how to work the room. We know how to be sort of these, God, finish it.
Chameleon creature.
Chameleon creatures where we adopt certain masks that we wear well because, you know, it's out of our body and that's where we feel the most present and yada, yada, yada. But when we're put in a position where our vulnerabilities are...
You're holding that with a real limp
limp
there.
wrist this Pride season.
And you know, and that's typical, isn't it?
Glass of cum.
Glass of cum.
I say all that with a glass of cum and a jar of rum and ha ha ha.
I think you've mistaken this with the other podcast.
Shut up. I'm talented.
And I'm taking over.
Please watch Tabitha's Salon Takeover on Prime.
For a little bit of context, this is one of Euan's verbal
obsessions.
tics. Stims,
Stims.
might you say? References.
Available now on iTunes.
Reference of the month is, what's her name again?
Tabitha Coffee.
Tabitha Coffey. She's an Australian like business mogul guru person who comes in and solves all your shit when your business is tits up because of all your personal failings, and she doesn't look half good doing it.
The difference between a struggling business and a thriving salon is 1 week with me. I'm Tabitha, and I'm going to change everything.
I'm taking over.
I'm tough. I'm talented. I'm taking over.
And I'm taking over.
It's the pinnacle of all good business, is that being confident in Australian will get you to the top. Actually, do you know what? Can I get deep for 2 seconds?
I'd just like to say that we'll be adding the link to Tabitha in the bio of this episode for you all to peruse at your own pleasure or leisure. Carry on, co-host.
We Say All That To Say is brought to you proudly by Amazon Music. Amazon Music is a downloading platform that you can use.
Is this the deep thing you wanted to say?
No, this is the ad.
I thought you were getting deep in the ad. I was like,
Fuck
that'd be
off.
very typical.
Right, you've ruined it.
What for
Can I get
Amazon
deep for a second?
Music?
My transcription with confidence is vis-a-vis all of these confident Australians that I watch on TV. The accent is brilliant. I say Australian. There's New Zealand and Australia. My other key source of inspiration is a motivational speaker / photographer called Sue Bryce, who makes motivational TED Talk content about being a woman in business.
Are they legitimate or is it a parody?
Legitimate.
Okay, this
Sue
isn't very on
Bryce,
brand
linked
for you.
below. And it's all about basically her whole... It's the reason why I got into talking about the fear of anything
Mm.
And when you break it down, it's not even really fear, it's projected anxiety. Because, like, if you're in a room, right?
I'm in one right now.
You're
It's when I prepared earlier.
and you're back in the room.
And I'm back in the room.
If you're in a room, there's no, like, saber-toothed tiger, there's no trap door, there's no, like, tsunami ready to break into you. Like, you know,
break into me.
It stands to reason that if you're sat looking at, like, 3 doors and you're full of fear, it's just because you're scared to get up and turn one of the knobs. Right?
Okay, yes.
So the fear is inaction.
Yes, because the longer you don't do it, the worse it gets.
And that's the dwelling state, right? Where you sit with the negative thoughts, the negative thinking, the apathy,
I think ultimately we all have to just learn to move on.
Yeah.
That's it. And that applies to dating. But there's something that has someone that's really not dated a lot. Because I had 2 boyfriends in high school, but neither of them lasted longer than 2 months. One of them was like 3 weeks. The other one was 2 months. And then met my long-term ex-boyfriend of 5.5 years. But we were going out 6 years. My experience with dating is non-existent. So I am at ground zero when it comes to having that Teflon confidence of that didn't go very well. Move on. Don't dwell. Move on. It doesn't reflect you or your self-worth. It didn't work out. It's not worth my time or energy burying any further into why that didn't work. But that's all well and good on paper. It's much harder to say it with chest.
Say it with chest.
Say it with chest. Yes. So I'm not suggesting I'm any better than you because I'm not. Because I think I would also struggle with this issue if I inclined in any way, shape or form vis-a-vis part 1 of this episode to date.
Yo, can we talk about something controversial?
Controversial?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
I saw a TikTok earlier today about a gay man. I know,
But
right?
they're not real.
Get them! No,
Lovely.
listen. Basically, the TikTok was all about how, and I see this a lot with my algorithm being heavily gay TikTok oriented, and this could be tone deaf. Correct me if
In
I'm
the
wrong.
Gatrix.
My God, that's so clever. That's so good. How did you come up with that?
Just on the spot right now.
Absolutely fantastic.
I know.
Right, come on.
I know.
Come on now. Come on, Eileen.
I was going to do that and I thought it was a cheap joke. Thanks for going for it.
Lowest common
made me look better.
denominator is my twirl. I will have to say that, like, so basically the TikTok earlier was a gay man. Talking about how, you know, I see this a lot. It always comes in sort of different variations, but it's always sort of self-deprecating, and that they feel like they can't fit into society properly because they're gay. Right? So, like, that's the base of it. But it takes the form of, like, this sort of self-deprecating picture set with sad music that says, like, I'm not one of the girls, but I'm also not one of the lads. And it's like,
what's the opposite of hope core? It's that.
it is like, but, and the reason I'm talking so sort of
you know the way.
I'm talking so disparagingly
about this gay
about
man.
this, you know, sort of feeling, is because I totally get that feeling. Like, I refuse to go to both my sisters and I guess they're married now. It was her fiance at the time.
You don't believe
so
it.
my sister
Jury's
and
still
my now
out.
brother-in-law's
It's a
wedding.
conspiracy.
I chose not to go to their away hen do's. So they had both they had both homers, as in they both had something to do with their wedding here. They had a stag and a hen at home, and they had a stag and a hen
Just an excuse to go away on holiday,
like
basically.
abroad. And I said no to both the abroad ones.
Why?
Like, purely because I really could not see myself spending a week with women, and I couldn't see myself spending a week with men.
That's tragic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could only at the time.
Could you see yourself, sorry to interrupt, going away for a week with gay men or gay women, or those two combined?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so more accurately, it was the straights that were the problem the whole time.
The whole time. I could not fathom going away for a full week with heterosexual people.
God. Yeah, I know.
And, like, don't get me wrong, I feel like, you know, pick and choose. I could not go away for a full week with beige gays.
Could you for
I could go away with lesbians anytime.
So for the audience, which I'm assuming they're all clocked in, it's just me that's a grandma that's offline. What's a beige gay?
A beige gay is like,
Can we use this?
yeah, whatever. I'll block his name out of it.
Okay. Unspecified person that we definitely just bleeped out.
Absolutely.
Okay, but
and to be fair, that's probably unfair because he's fun and he's nice, but he's very, for lack of a better word, self-conscious about being fully himself. And I get it because it's like, you know.
Oh, you mean like a bit kind of like doesn't embody, is a bit reserved, or you can tell kind of stunted because of what they're afraid of.
Well, just obsessed with presentation. Just like.
That's a way better of saying it than what I just said, yeah. Scrap my words from the roster, use that.
Just like, you know, it's all very
the optics
curated. It's all very like, I'm doing this because I think it looks good for other boys to enjoy / other voyeuristic purveyors. What is the word?
Voyeurs. Purveyors of my.
Voyeurs, like people watching that sort of lifestyle and saying, this is what gay means. It means being rich with money, despite the fact I'm from a council estate.
Not the pause again. It all comes back.
I have to disclaim, I don't hate poor people. Poor people don't like me. Because I'm rich.
Rich in body and soul.
Oh, for sure. But like, I mean,
but not in financial.
And that's the situation. It's like, I couldn't go out with gay people that have no sense of like sort of
irony
irreverence.
Or self-referential meta.
Yeah, no fun
can tip the piss
to be had because of all the velvet rage. And to be fair, I'm victim to that too. Like I can't, but I'm not really with that with gays. If I see a gay person that's successful, I'm kind of like, yeah, bitch, go, because you know it shows me that I could do that.
Aspirational.
And I've overcame whatever the stupid homo bullshit is. If I see a heterosexual person becoming successful, I'm like, yeah, sure, of course. Because your whole life
it's implied.
And
it's
like,
privilege.
Yeah.
It's entitlement.
Privilege. I mean, people tell me that like privilege, like white privilege or straight privilege or, you know, pretty privilege doesn't exist. I'm like, what? It is what you make it, of course. But ultimately, there's benefit there. And if I'm sitting here being bitter about it, I'm like, you know, that's on me also. But you can't dwell on it. You got to move on.
So would you say there's the link I was going to say how does that conclusion that you've come to there about the type of person that you kind of had this, you know, realization that you didn't want to hang around with anymore, or that like did nothing for you, didn't feed the soul, right? How does that then link to dating? Is it make the pool even smaller because you've had this kind of you know, epiphany that there's a lot of types of people that you know from the start just aren't your people, so you've narrowed the pool even more?
Yeah, between the gays, like without emotional trauma. Emotional trauma. Absolutely. And I say that with chest.
With Cheb.
I can't foresee a situation in which like dating takes any form of priority in the foreseeable future for me. It's got to all be about like, and this is just like an insular statement, but I think it's got to be all about what makes me happy. And like,
yeah, because one follows another. You do the makes me happy thing, it provides you in a roundabout way with the other one, but you just want to make sure that you don't fall into the trap of being like I was just talking about, am I waiting for all the cards to fall in exactly the right place and cutting my nose off to spite my face?
Well, of course not, because you're always looking to make really nice connections with people, whether it's me and you, whether it's like people at work, managers, bosses, which is, you know, has varying success. But I think romantically it's a difficult one, because I think you're kind of always playing to which I experienced a lot later in life. I think most people go through this at 16, 17 versus 26, 27.
14, like yourself.
14, 28, like myself. Is that, you know, you're kind of, if you've never experienced what it's like to...
Where is this going?
Fall in love.
Okay.
But it's not really love. It's just a limerent state in which you are...
I've not heard you use the word limerence in some time.
Yeah.
Are we bringing it back?
Which is, well, of course, because we have to, because it's like, I mean, you don't want to overanalyze everything, but it's like, if you find yourself falling in love with the idea of someone, and when you use that statement, it's like, oh, well, I know this person, so it's not the idea of them, I just genuinely like them. But you have to fixate that idea of potential on their potential of liking you, which is...
I know, it's like the pool is narrowed, narrow it some more, and now throw the dice and hope that by some miracle they like it. But then that's a defeated mentality, because that's you not believing in yourself. Like, some people would just walk out the door and go, of course they'll like me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
they can like you, but you need to center it around friendship and connection on a simpler level than you're my ride or die, or you're going to eventually have feelings for me that, you know, are astronomically...
Do you believe in love at first sight, or do you think it's a lie?
No. Like, I mean, I think you can feel instantly connected to something, but it's either anxiety or again, infatuation.
Fight or flight response.
Fight or flight, which is primal, and it's cute and it's nice, and it makes you really think about yourself in an interesting way.
Whips you right back into your body.
Makes you that
you very present.
primal state.
All that disassociation that we do every day
but
cuts through it all.
But again, it's just like, you know, yeah. I say all that to say, if it's not for you, it's not for you.
What's for you won't go by you.
And, you know, and I say this all the time between someone who's incredibly type B versus, I don't think you are type A. I was about to say you're type A. You're not type A.
What for the audience again? What is type A? What is type B?
Type A is like super anal, which would not be me.
Could be.
Could be. Not really.
Not right now.
Shut. Type A is like someone who's super organized, super on top of things, but also incredibly high maintenance, and is the Optimus Prime of needs everything to be perfect, or otherwise it's not worth doing.
And what's type B?
Type B is very relaxed, sort of complacent, sort of happy with mediocrity, and sort of whatever will be, will be.
Is that it? Are we putting people in these boxes? I feel like so many people exist with parts of both, you know?
Of course. There's always exceptions to the rule. And that's why I annoy people by saying, oh, you're type B++, as in you are this person, but you also possess these things. But I think, or like, interestingly, I think you can be a mixture of both. I think thinking about who you are sort of, if it's on a spectrum, if type A is here.
If we're spectrumated, I think I'm hitting the middle ground, to be honest.
Do you think so?
Yeah, because I think there's parts of me that can be very... I think about when I get into an anxious frenzy. I'm very, like, need my things done in a certain way, or it stresses me out. That's what will trigger a lot of my anxiety attacks. Or when I was bad, it would be. So I can have that kind of everything needs to be this certain way thing. But ultimately, I think I'm much better than a lot of people around me at just taking it as it comes. You know, and adapting, improvise, adapt, overcome. And I'd say I'm more complete. I think I'm probably type B with some type A tendencies.
Yeah, as is probably everybody, and we are trying to...
I also don't think those things are specific enough to really mean it. Like the whole personality test, I'm like, fair enough. Hubbledy-gubbledy, wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey bullshit, right? But I do think there is some legitimacy to, you know, the way that people are or tend to be or lean towards. But something like type A, type B, I'm like, babes, there's like 8 billion of us in the world. You're really going to sort us into box 1 or box 2? It's a big box. No thoughts?
None whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
I think it's right. I think what you're saying is correct. But like ultimately, I think, you know, when I'm placed in a situation where I have to identify whether someone is, you know, incredibly uptight versus incredibly loose.
You like to make a quick judgment.
Well, of course. Well, I mean, yeah, because like in the true words of Katie Hopkins, we're terribly time short in this world.
Katie Hopkins.
I say all that to say.
Katie Hopkins.
Whatever. I say all that to say we are incredibly time short in this world. And if you are somebody, you know what I hate? Do you know something I hate that people say?
Tell me.
When somebody says to me, oh, they're really nice. Or sorry, oh, they're really cool when you get to know them. I'm like, show me who you are right now.
Oh, but that's a tismatic thing. You know, that's I need to have the whole Rolodex of things laid out before me right now because I don't appreciate hidden layers because I value or work on, you know, things being black and white.
Correct.
I said all that to say you're just autistic.
I say all that to say if it's not black and white, it's not right.
Oh no.
I said black.
Famously colourblind you are.
Yes.
In the Pride episode of all things.
Of course. This has been We Say All That to Say.
An Audible production.
By Simba.
By Simba. By Driver. An Audible production.